Da 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 da. What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. And this is a genuine and grateful smile on my face. Oh my goodness. I tell you, I have not gone through days like I have gone through in the past 2 weeks, in the past 10 years. I swear this was an experience, and I'm saying grateful because of how and when and it was the perfect timing for it to dissipate. I had to go to work today, to the job, the little thrift store that puts the roof over my head. So grateful for that job because in truth, I have not even left the house in the past 4 days. Couldn't even get out of bed till close to 5 o'clock in the evening on Monday. I was so ill. I was so out of it. And I was very concerned, but at the same time, I had things to do, right? But taking care of myself, I know that I can do things in baby steps as long as I'm just moving forward, that things will get done. Right? I had 4 days off and I was laid up, right? And yet the laundry got done, the dishes got done, the messages got sent out, the messages got brought in, the messages got sent out again in my lives in showing up. I got a video edited, and you guys know how much I love editing. And I got that video, and if you guys want to check it out, go check my main channel. It's right there. It is my last campsite, my last experience in that holiday that I created for myself in goal setting, right? In goal setting and making sure that I'm taking care of myself, that I'm rewarding myself for going through a couple of weeks like I've just gone through. Wow. But you can tell, I'm sure you can tell. My hair is washed. I straightened my bangs. I've showered. I feel fresh emotionally, mentally, and definitely physically. I feel fresh and I'm ready to go and conquer the world. Well, maybe not. I'm not quite standing on my feet yet. I am still a little bit of weak through the experience. But that's all it is. That's all it is. You can make movement. If I could make movement in the past 2 weeks when there was not supposed to be anything except my bed in the bathroom, and I still got through it. And that's the thing, just getting through it, adapting and conquering and soothing. And you guys know me. I don't get sick very often. I'm a little bit of a whiner when I get sick, right? And yet in an instant, yesterday around noon, I looked at the clock and I said, "Oh, I better phone my boss. I don't feel any better. Right? I got to give her the heads up. I got to give her some time. And what if she changed the schedule like she did last weekend and she left me in charge and I was totally whacked and I worked all weekend and we got through it, right? And it was good, right? And it might not have been comfortable, but it was definitely beneficial, I think, all the way around that I stayed active that weekend. And so grateful that I was able to manage last weekend, but I didn't think, right, that I'd be able to manage this weekend. I was now exhausted and depleted in the fighting back of whatever was coming at me. So I thought, right? Like I said, sat down at noon and then looked, and I said, "Oh, I better phone my boss." I got up to the kitchen table. I grabbed my phone. I sat down. And I thought, "Oh, maybe she's having her coffee break now. It's noon, right? Maybe she's taking a little break. I'll give her 15 minutes." Next thing you know, I'm back in the editing of my video, and I'm just sending out some good cheer. I live behind a fire station, if you don't know, and let's just hope that it's a false alarm and they get to turn around and go back to the station. But the next thing I know, I look at the clock and it was 2 o'clock. And I went, "Oh my goodness, my boss isn't going to have any time to cover the shifts or put back the shifts together because she was depending on me to save the day this weekend." And I stopped and I went, I feel, I feel okay. I'm not even thinking of my discomfort. I don't have a fever. I didn't have a fever. I kept checking my temperature, right, to make sure that I wasn't having something wrong with me, right? My sister just came out of the hospital. Maybe it's a little bit of paranoidus, right? Maybe it was the fact that, well, you don't need to know, but it wasn't pretty. That's all I'm saying, right? And and so I was concerned in that. And yet in an instant yesterday it was gone, and I didn't make that phone call to my boss to tell her that I wasn't coming in because I made that promise to myself that I was going to take care of myself. I wasn't going to hold to that claim of fame that I've never missed a day of work in my life, and I've never missed a day of work in my life. But I was prepared to yesterday. I was totally convinced that I would have to, and I wanted to discuss it with my boss to give her the option. Do I try and make it in for a couple of days and cover some days off so there'll be people there when I'm just done? Or, right, what does she want to do about it? Because there was no way I could work in the condition that I was. And like I said, it disappeared in an instant. I'm not saying totally disappeared, but disappeared enough for me to notice, and enough for me not to make that phone call for her, and to be smiling in this moment and looking forward to going back to work. I can't stand up for too long, right? But there's a chair at work. My boss will be good with me sitting in a chair, right? I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm going to show up for work, right? We're going to get through it. I don't know what surprises are for me. It's always a big surprise when I get back to work. There's probably, well, definitely lots of work for me. But what that entails, I have no idea. And I'm going to just do the very best that I can in that. And I'm very excited to give it a shot, right? I've been kind of out of commission for the past couple of weeks, and I've been kind of a crybaby. But it's done with. Like I said, I feel fresh and ready to go. But how do we move forward, right? Right? I need to be prepared because, right? It is about that movement that I make, and I want to hold myself accountable, and I want to kind of do it properly, right? I have those 54 powerful words. That's what I want to move forward with in this moment. But those 54 powerful words, well, I haven't even worked on them, right? Because I've been dealing with what I've been dealing with. I did get the measurement down. They're going to be 5 centimeters by 10 centimeters, very comfortable in the hand, but they're not nowhere near. I'm making a trial deck, right? We're going to see how they work in working with them. But I have them all written here, but unfortunately they're written on 2 different pages. So I thought today we'll randomly pick a word on this page, and we'll just go into it for a few minutes. And then tomorrow we'll go in, which is my last day of my week on my podcast, and we'll pick another word on the other page, right? And that way I'm staying focused in the moment, even though I feel pretty good, right? But I know things are kind of, right? We're going to move into this slowly. So for a few minutes, first perspective, you guys, we're going to spend a couple of minutes looking at this word. Here we go. little nervous because I don't know what the word is. I'm not prepared. But we've done this 360, more than 365 days, right? In a row. We didn't have one hiccup. So here we go. Don't jinx me, Cindy. Here we go. Our word is it's purpose. Oh my goodness. I'm only laughing in my unpreparedness in that, right? That purpose, is that a push for me to decide steadfast in this moment where I'm going? My purpose hasn't changed, you guys. My purpose is creating the best human being I possibly can, right? Right? And it's in that partnership with all parts of me, right? Wholeheartedly. And we're going to make some movement, right? We're going to be the example as to how to make movement when things are scary, when things look too tough, when it looks absolutely impossible, right? Right? That's my purpose. I'm going to teach you how to adapt and conquer and whistle while you work and, right? Take it easy when you have to and appreciate yourself and not let yourself fall victim to that watch or that which wants to hold us back, right? We can do this in baby steps, right? We're in a world that's going so fast and everybody's taking such big chunks of it and such big chunks of their dreams because they kind of recognize, right, the end game. But that's a big leap between here and there, and we're just trying to take bigger leaps, right? We're trying to do a lot of that bypassing, a lot of that not taking in the lessons, and sometimes it just means taking not lesser lessons, but smaller bites, smaller clips. That's what it is, right? That potency, that one moment that can impact can be in a 5-second clip, or it can be in a 1 hour video, right? And you get to that point by just moving forward and just taking those small steps. My purpose has not changed that way. Okay, that's a good recognition. That's a good recognition for me, right? Whew. Okay, we can relax a little bit because I have been a little bit kind of nervous because after this experience in 2 weeks and in the evidence of that experience, right, I got a message loud and clear, and I got a little bit of understanding in that and a little bit of reassurance in that too, that it wasn't nothing more scarier than how scary it was, right? So it was just a matter of enduring in that and making myself as comfortable as I possibly could in that and still not failing myself and doing the best that I could in how I moved forward. I'm all proud of myself there, right? That's a cool word, right? Just to look for a little bit of direction in that and a little bit of easing of my mind because I was there. We're going right back to work, right? But things are different. I feel different, even in the foods that I'm eating and the amount of coffee. Like I'm making my cups of coffee. This is my second cup of coffee today, but I've only taken a couple of sips from each of those cups. I've been taking in the hydrations and the fluids and, right, my multivitamins, and just mentioning it. I'm just going to take my gummy bear right now, right, before I head off to work. And I'm going to make the best day I possibly can for myself, the people I work for, the people I work with, and for my customers, right? I'm a shiner after all, right? And, you know, maybe I shined on myself, right? And that's why everything just kind of went to a standstill yesterday and just kind of sorted itself out, right? I didn't want to break my claim to fame that I was going to I was going to miss some work and whatever it was just said finish the job. We're done. We're done now. For now. All right? That's not to say I won't be thrown into that mix again. But I'll be a little bit more comfortable in handing it. And like I said, the last time something like that happened to me, I was really sick about 6 years ago. But before that, oh my goodness, I couldn't even tell you. Right? It is a great gift to have my good health, especially in a family that has suffered lots in their physical well-being, emotional well-being, and mental well-being. But I think probably we're on the right track. I can just see it in my nieces and nephew. Okay, you guys, I'm going to call it a day. I got the purpose down packed, which it hasn't changed at all. I'm still creating the best human being I possibly can, right? Not putting me on the extinction list. Okay, you guys, you have a great day. I'm going to have a great day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, you guys, bye bye.